Here comes one of my most controversial beliefs. Actually, I'm not sure if it's the most controversial one, but I have a feeling that it's like the weirdest one that I'm having. And at the very same time, it's one of those beliefs that they kind of don't feel like a belief, because I gotta be honest, I don't really act according to what I call my own belief unless I remind myself about it, and then I can like feel it inside, you know? So it's not like on a rational level that I'm trying to convince myself that things are the way they are, but like whenever it kind of strikes me, this realization, I kind of feel it to be true, and I let everything go until I will forget again. It's kind of weird. There is nothing to do, or rather, there is nothing that can be done. That is my belief. And here comes an explanation. Things cannot be otherwise. Things are the way they are, and you can't change them. The illusion that you can change circumstances is ultimately false. That is a core of the whole belief. And you may say, that's fucking bullshit. You can't change how things are. You can act out. People are changing. Everybody knows that. There are heroes that change the course of the history. We all know that too. And it is all true. It's not like I don't believe in that. Yes, sure, yeah. Definitely the only constant thing, paradoxically speaking, is to change itself. So, how come I saying that you can't change anything? Because you really can't. All the actions of yours are the result of your thoughts and feelings. There's absolutely nothing else that prompts you to act. There's also animal instinct, right? So for example, if I would just scare you out of the bushes, you know, there's absolutely no thought involved. You gotta be fighting or running away. There's animal instinct, right? So let's say three things then, okay? Just for the sake of argument. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your animal instinct. These are the only things that are driving your decisions, your actions, everything you believe in, everything you're doing, everything you not doing, everything there is. And it just so happens that you cannot choose your feelings, you cannot choose your thoughts, and you cannot help but having the animal instincts you're having. You cannot help but want to fuck, you cannot help but want to eat and drink and sleep, right? Your animal self. You cannot help but having thoughts you're having. You cannot help but having my thoughts in your head right now solely for a reason that you're listening to me. And you have other thoughts from the outside commenting on the thoughts that you're just hearing from this audio. The feelings that are arising inside you, you can't make yourself having them. And if you can, you're doing it for the thoughts that you cannot choose. You cannot choose to think of anything. You simply do. Because if you choose to think of something, how are you choosing? Through the thoughts. How did it even appear there? That's the whole thing. That's the whole point. Since you cannot make a decision, you cannot really bring the change. Every moment, here are the consequences of my belief. Every moment from now on, beyond the end of time, it is going to be like this. It is going to be the way it is going to be. And you cannot do anything about it. Whatever you would possibly, quote-unquote, choose to do is simply a result of forces you have no control over. And you just like a dog cannot help but bark. You will act upon those thoughts and those feelings. And this animal instinct. And there's nothing you can do about it. And it might feel a little sad, doesn't it? I cannot change anything. Oh my God, doesn't matter how shit things will be, unless I would find in myself the soul of a hero and a will to act, and unless I will have those heroic thoughts in my head that will like mobilize me and discipline me and change me for the better, things will not change for the better. Absolutely. Absolutely, it is exactly like that. And you just cannot help. You cannot help. And here comes the funny thing. You may ask, okay, if everything what I said right now, if it's true, what should we do about it? And I think this is the funniest part, because that is the wrong question. You cannot ask that question, what should we do about it? Because we end up doing what we will end up doing. There is no way around the mind. You can play with it. You can play with it. But you can play with it only on the level of approach, on the level of how, not on the level of do. You know? You can accept your thoughts or you can deny your thoughts. But both of those quote-unquote actions will result only in more thoughts. And the only difference probably is how much peace you feel inside yourself. If there's any kind of will at all, which I'm absolutely not convinced if there is any, if there's any kind of free will in a humankind, it is whether you are going to be at peace with what is and what forever will be, and if you're going to throw a fit about that. Honestly, I don't think there is any other choice but that. You cannot bring the change because you are the change and everything is changed. There is not a single thing that is constant. There is not a single thing that is always there and remains unchanging. Except, maybe, for your attention, if you can hold it long enough. I certainly can't. But everything is swirling about. Just think about it. We are on a lonely, naked rock, traveling through equally lonesome space, through the nothingness that is expanding, leading ourselves to the end of entropy, I'm sorry, that is the correct English word. And we'll become one again, as we were before the Big Bang. And then we'll explode again, and the whole shit show will start again, just in different forms and stuff. That's it. You cannot help physics. 2 plus 2 will always be 4. Always. And you will always do as the voice in your head is telling you. As the feelings inside you are prompting you to do. As your animal instinct is forcing you to do. There is nothing you can do about it. Sometimes your animal instinct will appear and then the thought will happen to be stronger. You know? Sometimes the feeling will be stronger. So sometimes the animal instinct is stronger, you know? And it's just that. You will do whatever force inside you will happen to be stronger at a given time. Therefore, you cannot bring the change. You cannot change anything except your own approach of whether you're going to accept it or not.